Fox News alert and a stunning new interpretation of the shutdown battle, now claiming that a U.S. default could make President Obama the most powerful commander-in-chief in modern times. Those words from former Democratic Ohio Congressman Dennis Kucinich, who is also a Fox News contributor. Good to have you here, Congressman. Welcome.
Good to be with you. Thank you.
So what do you base that theory on? Tell me.
Well, the 14th Amendment, Section 4, says that the validity of the U.S. public debt shall not be questioned. It's very clear that if President Obama chooses to, he could simply declare that the debt ceiling law, which is a statute, it's not a constitutional principle, that the debt ceiling law is invalid under the 14th Amendment, Section 4. He can then order Treasury to basically pay the U.S. bills that are due. And I think that what's happening here is that Congress is in danger of weakening the very institution of Congress set up by Article 1 that gives Congress the power to tax, to spend, to borrow. If it fails to act, it's opening the door for President Obama to essentially breach this, this Article 1 power by relying on his constitutional power under Article 2, which says that he has to take care that the laws be faithfully executed. So we're looking at a constitutional crisis, a showdown, and this is a card that President Obama could surely play.
So why hasn't he, do you think? If he truly has that constitutional right, why hasn't he just said, you know what, I'm not doing this, I'm going to just go ahead? And he said before that when needed, he would just take an executive order and take action.
Well, first of all, I don't think the president wants default. I don't think any American really wants default. But what's happening as we head towards a possible default, it should be understood that the 14th Amendment, Section 4, says the United States essentially has to pay its bills. Some could interpret it as saying default itself would be illegal.
Understood.
So that's why the president could end up becoming more powerful if Congress fails to act.
It's an interesting theory, and it could potentially play out. It also raises a question that I'm curious about what your answer would be in terms of Congress and their failure to come up with a budget for 5 straight years. Have they also negated their constitutional duty to formulate a budget?
Well, you could absolutely say that, and my concern as a former member of that body, I've served 16 years there, is that the institution of Congress be protected, that the founders created Congress as a co-equal branch of government, but first among equals as an Article 1 creation. We are in a position right now where the Congress, by failing to act, could essentially cede power to the president that no president has ever had, enabling the president to move forward in a default under the 14th Amendment, Section 4, to essentially say, look, we're going to pay our bills, we're going to ignore the debt ceiling, and Treasury should go ahead and pay these bills, which, by the way, Congress has already authorized and appropriated money for. This is not about future spending. This is about meeting obligations that have already been incurred.
Very interesting theory. We'll see how it all plays out. It looks like they're getting closer to a deal, but we've thought that before and been wrong. So, Congressman, thank you so much. Good to have you with us today.
Thank you.